Communities crave identifiers, and the queer community is no different.
Darling, I'm the rainbow flag. Look at me. I'm the reason you can spot a gay bar from a mile away.
Today, the rainbow flag is the most recognizable queer symbol. But it was hardly the first. Back in the day...
Excuse me, can I speak for myself without you explaining everything?
Well, excuse me, Miss Rainbow Flag, but I am narrating.
Anyways, to understand how truly powerful I am at uniting different queer communities, we need to first visit a few of those earlier symbols and groups, or as I like to call them, my the queers. Rewind that and do better.
Okay. So, one of the most notable, and I might add, fabulous symbols for queer men emerged in 1892.
Hello.
That year, queer playwright Oscar Wilde instructed a handful of his friends to wear green carnations on their lapels to the opening night of his play, Lady Windermere's Fan.
By Jove, good show.
Wearing a green carnation on your lapel quickly became a secret, subtle hint that you were a man who loved other men. Half a century later, another secret queer symbol debuted when Harry Hay founded the Mattachine Society. The name was inspired by a medieval theater troupe who performed in masks. Naturally, their emblem was a harlequin diamond. The drama girl. Oh, and let's not forget about the ladies. The Daughters of Bilitis was another notable queer group of the 1950s. The organization's name was chosen after an obscure book called The Songs of Bilitis, where a fictional character, Bilitis, lived alongside famed poet Sappho on the Isle of Lesbos. The name was purposely obscure so that if any member were exposed, they could just say it was a...
I can tell you're confused. Let me explain. These early gay rights groups, known as homophile organizations, all appeared around the same time, in the early 1950s. Why? Well, we can partially thank the author of this little thing. In 1948, a biology professor named Alfred Kinsey published this bland 800-page book called Sexual Behavior in the Human Male. And it blew up because it contained a series of bombshell revelations. 50% of participating males admitted to having an erotic response to other males. 13% engaged in primarily homosexual behavior, and 37% achieved an orgasm from same-sex activity. Because of the Kinsey report, for the first time, the popular press was actually talking about the magnitude of America's queer population. And for pioneering homophile activists, the Kinsey report proved that there must be others like them, just waiting to be mobilized against injustice.
After 1969, the number of queer organizations exploded, and with them came new symbols.
One symbol that was adopted at first by the Gay Activists Alliance was the Greek letter, lambda. My name is Lillian Faderman, and my pronouns are she and her, and I'm a historian of lesbian and then LGBTQ history.
Now, the symbol lambda comes from physics, where it was used to represent action. But perhaps not everyone was on the same wavelength.
But I think the movement needed something more dramatic, something...
Me, the loudest and the proudest symbol of them all.
That's right, the rainbow flag in all its glory.
These colors don't run, they fly.
But to unwrap how the flag came to be, we have to go back to 1978 San Francisco.
1978? I don't think so, absolutely not. You gotta go way back further than that. Who let you narrate this?
You know, you think you can do better? Then take it away.
Now, I don't like your tone. I'm gonna school them. You jump in if you have anything important to share with the class.
Go ahead, flag, preach.
My story begins with World War II vet and drag queen extraordinaire extravaganza, Jose Soria.
Jose was instrumental in turning the queer community of San Francisco into a political and proud cultural force to be reckoned with. But long before that, Jose was just a 20-year-old kid trying to join the military.
Gotta go. Recruit just walked in. Hi. I'd like to audition for the Army.
See, he was already civically minded.
When the U.S. entered World War II, Jose wanted to serve. But in the military, you had to at least be 5 foot tall.
Are you sure you're big enough?
But Jose was only 4 feet and change.
He was given pocket gauge, or like, you know how we call it, fun size.
According to Jose, after servicing the recruiter, he happened to gain a few inches
Welcome to the Army.
and was allowed to serve. Jose spent 5 years on the European front and was promoted to staff sergeant. And when he returned home, he continued working for his country.
The most prestigious, glamorous ways and roles as a drag queen.
Jose Sarria worked at a place called the Black Cat, which was bohemian, mostly gay. He sang in falsetto the most incredible opera.
And what drink are you on? Ooh, who can remember? Keep drinking, it makes me better. Now, show of hands, how many of y'all like opera? Show of hands, how many of y'all like the way I do opera? Oh, stop, you humble me.
And as a signature touch, he ended every show with a special message for his audience.
Who heard from Jose for the first time in their lives that being gay is okay, child.
Ready? God save us, Nelly Queens.
Then Jose would lead the audience in singing "God Save Us, Nelly Queens," reclaiming that hurtful stereotype. George Mendenhall, a gay activist who saw Jose perform at the Black Cat, said that
Jose would make these political comments about our rights as homosexuals. If you lived at that time and had the oppression coming down from the police department and society, we were not really saying God save us, Nelly Queens. We were saying we have our rights too.